Easy. Let me land. Just easy. Don't call him Guardiola. That's harsh and rude. His name is Pep or Joseph Guardiola. I get it. Understand. People will say poor lineup, pick the wrong players. I understand, but this is a 180 minutes game. So the 90 minutes game, it's a 180 minutes game. So that's the key thing. I still think City will win the tie. But this isn't about the whole tie, this is about this first leg. But it is very, very irresponsible to... Why is this chair right here? Get the hell out of here. Because it's sitting in the shot. It's still irresponsible to call him Guardiola when it's not over yet. But we are going to have a conversation about the sunrise in the east. I don't know who Heung-min's son is. I don't know who son is. I have no idea who is. Like people say, hey, who is son? Who does he play for? Who is son? Who is son? I don't know who he is. But I do know that the sun rises in the east is Tottenham's best player. I do know that the sun rises in the east is the best Asian player of all time. I do know that the sun rises in the east is Tottenham's superstar. Harry Kane is the goal scorer. That is his role. The sun rises in the east is the superstar. He is the star. He is the golden boy. He is the main man. He is the guy that can single-handedly win games for Tottenham and can carry them through. So I think Tottenham have to be realistic. I think Tottenham have tried very hard to make Harry Kane the face of the club, the superstar and the star. No, he's not. He is the goal scorer. And goal scorers have their role. But the man to win you games, to come clutch, the guy with the heart, the core, who understands what it means to be big time, is the sunrise in the east. He is that dude. Because we're going to break down and we're going to dissect that G that he scored. But this was Man City's worst performance of the season. So that can be viewed in two ways. Worst performance of the season near coming to the business end, very important time of the season. So that can be the negative view of that. But the positive view of that is that City were so bad. One of the worst performances of the season, alongside their performance against Newcastle, they lost 1-0. They lost 1-0. Because people know that for sure we can play a lot better than that. The passing was off, mistakes being made, poor intensity, zero creativity. I didn't even know that Aguero was even playing in the game. Tottenham did everything right. City just did everything wrong. Pochettino gave Pep a tactical beatdown. So we have time though. It's only half time. Pep will come back. But in this game, at halftime, the first half of this encounter, Pochettino gave Pep a tactical spanking. He spanked and beat that ass on a tactical tip. So nothing can be said from that area. So I mean, Tottenham. This is what I was worried. This is what I was saying on the live stream. Tottenham. I wouldn't say that they played well. Of course they played well, but just they tactically had Man City in a way that I've never seen them have them before. And I do believe it may have 100%. I believe it has something to do with the new stadium. New stadium, psychologically, mentally, new pitch, and that whole infusion, the crowd. The stadium looks money, by the way. That stadium looks money. Daniel Levy, shout, what's up, baby? I think that just helps Tottenham approach this in a whole new game. So for them, because it was in a new stadium, forget about the recent form. Forget about what has happened before. This is a new match, a new day, in a new surrounding. So I think that definitely helps. But just think that Tottenham, just the way they were positioned, how they defended City, how they nullified them, how they found space, the amount of space Ali found, the amount of space that Eriksen found, the space that Kane found, and just how, whether they found space out wide, they found space in the centre, and they're constantly getting openings, they pressed really well, they won the ball in very key areas, they didn't allow City to really be that dangerous. City's most dangerous player was Sterling. He was the most dangerous player. But my worry was that, okay, this is really good. Good positions. You tactically are controlling the game. But where are those G's? Playing well doesn't win you games. I will repeat that again. Playing well does not win you games. G's win you games. All about getting G. This game is about G's. I'm sorry, I may sound harsh, but this game is about G's. Hot salsa, by the way. No, mild salsa are for losers and wimps. Hot salsa. So that's how we were rolling right there. So that was what my worry was. And then it happened. The hurricane injury. And, before that, the penalty call. We have to have a conversation about VAR. How is that a handball? How is that a handball? Because let me be real with you. The Kimpembe one, I wouldn't give that as handball. But the reason why I didn't even say anything because PSG shouldn't have even been in that situation. Hence why I had zero sympathy for Kimpembe or PSG in that situation, because you shouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. But in an isolated scenario, forget the whole PSG thing not having to be in that position. That I wouldn't give that as handball. Same thing with the whole race. I wouldn't give that as handball. The issue with VAR is, if you look at that thing in normal motion, you probably wouldn't give it as handball. If you're looking at it in super slow instant replay, of course you're going to give it a handball. But the game isn't played in slow motion, it's played in normal motion. And trust me, that handball looks very different in slow motion. It does. It looks very different in slow motion. So, penalty was given, and for me, I thought, okay, look, Aguero scores, City lead, and this is, okay, I think City are in a great position. Lloris is a brick. He's a brick. But he's a useful brick. Same thing with Giroud. Giroud is a brick. Essentially, these guys are bricks. But there are bricks that are useful, hence why we call them Class C bricks, because Class C bricks are essentially bricks, but they can be useful. This doesn't negate the mistakes that Lloris has made, and the amounts of blunders he's made. But this is what Lloris can do, which makes criticism of him complex, because that is a huge save. Who knows how important that save could be in the context of this time. I still think 660 will go through, but still, that was a massive save, a humongous save, a great save, a super save, and what you would expect from your captain. So from that point of view, I felt that penalty miss, Aguero's soul was taken away. Like he didn't really recover from that. And I'll be real with you. Aguero, you're a Premier League demon, 100%. I now can see why you can't sit at the same table as the Cannibal. Because the Cannibal rolls with Uruguay, he rolls with Barcelona, he rolls in La Liga, he rolls in the Champions League. Aguero, you flopped in the Copa America, you have flopped in the World Cup. Oh my gosh, are you not going to flop again in the Champions League? Because if you don't show up in the Champions League, bro, sorry man, you're a Premier League merchant. You're a Premier League merchant. I'm sorry. And if you're a domestic merchant, you can't sit at the international table. Because when we talk world class tier 1, he's coming down to tier 2. Sorry. I'm demoting, because sorry, if it's tier 1, I'm demoting you down to tier 2. You can't miss a penalty in a Champions League qualifying. You can't. Like, I don't care about, you're coming back from an injury or this thing's happened. I don't care whether they happen. This is high tier football right now. You miss a penalty like that, you get demoted. You're now tier 2. Just very good. But I can't have you as tier 1. On my ranking, nah, I can't be as tier 1. You're not tier 2. So that's galvanized Tottenham. And I think that was a bit of a shock towards City, specifically for Aguero, who did not really recover from that flood of the game because he was a ghost in the whole game. But again, it was the same story in the second half. Tottenham, they controlled the game. Sissoko and Wanyama were amazing. And some of the tackles being made, tackles from behind, high-risk tackles. Just Tottenham's defensive work was on a high-quality level. Because this is what the world story is. City did play badly. They played badly. But my goodness, we have to give credit to Tottenham's positioning, how difficult they made it from Man City, and how they took Aguero out of the game. They took Mahrez out of the game. They defended them very well, both on one-on-one and as a team. And I just don't know, Wanyama and Sissoko played quality. They played really well, and they took Fernandinho out of the game, and they really dominated that midfield for the area by winning key challenges and really utilizing the ball really well. But I just thought that, whenever Tottenham were in those dangerous areas, especially for Eriksen and Dele Alli, they were making the wrong passes. And what I want from Dele Alli and from Eriksen specifically is be a playmaker. You don't have to go for that ball over the top. Hold the ball up, be smart, get the ball up, do a ball on the ground. Look for the run, do a simpler ball on the ground, because there's too many Hollywood balls. Too many crazy balls they've been put up and down. And I don't like that. Keep it easy, keep it nice. Look at what Messi does, look at what Verratti does, look at what these guys do. They keep it easy, get you a few men, find space, do the through ball on the ground. Find the run, put the through ball on the ground. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. No. So before that, the Kane injury. I had mixed emotions. My first emotion was, damn, huge miss. Goal scorer, talisman, this is bad. That was my first initial reaction. But then I remember tweeting like that, okay, Tottenham can now go quick and fast. Because Kane does slow down Tottenham's play, but you bring on Lucas Moura, how open this game is, how bad City have been, Tottenham can just play a much quicker game, and the forwards can open up a lot more, because Kane will hold the ball up, bring it back, and go through, because he's not as quick or direct as Moura and your boy, the Sunrise in the East. So with Moura coming on, and I think the first time Moura did, he pretty much ran through and had won a free kick. Well, someone had to rise up. So no, they're playing well, they're doing well, but someone had to rise, because someone had to win the game. Most guys in that position, they look for the pass. Most players in that position, boom, you've taken the ball in, look up, let me try and pull a ball back. This is why Tottenham fans have to christen this guy as the dude. That no, we build our team around him. He's the star of this team. He is the face of Tottenham because he's entered. That goal, this isn't a Premier League game. This is a Champions League quarter final. One of Tottenham's biggest games in their history. A Champions League quarter final against Manchester City. A team that people are thinking could win a quadruple. So this ain't no side team, baby. This is my team, almost team, my man. That's my raw man, my tone. So, the way he just controlled, collected the ball, and not just, see, those dudes and guys are different. See, those dudes, they take the shot. The good players, the quality players, they disperse and defer. But the sun rises in the east said, you know what? We need a winner. Someone needs to be a hero. Why not me? And the reason why it was so telling was Kane got injured. He was trending on Twitter. People were like, my gosh, Tottenham, what are they going to do? How are they going to react? And the sun rises in the east said, you still have me though. I'm somebody. And the way he just scored that goal, and he made that dream. And put that ball through Edison. I was like, no, that's real. That ain't the Matrix, that's Zion. That's the real world. That's the red pill. He took the red pill. He took the red flip. He said, blue pill, get the hell out of my sight. He literally took the blue pill out. So, Morpheus, give me that red. Give me that red. I don't care about blue pill. I want that red pill. I want the truth, baby. Please. Real. Totally real. And Pep now brings on your boy Leroy Sané and De Bruyne, but I think it was too little, too late. And this is where we stand. 1-0 to Tottenham. And they could have had more, but they should still be happy about it. Amazing game. Amazing game. It was end to end. It was open. It was frantic. Played at a very high speed, and it was an excellent game to watch. Really, really good game to watch. And what a way to introduce us to what I keep on telling you, that there's something about this Champions League. There is something about this Champions League this season that it just has an extra spice to it. I don't know what it is. It just has an extra spice to it. But for Man City, it's a reaction. They have the next two games from Man City are going to be critical for their season. Because obviously they've got the FA Cup final. Palace away, one of their hardest games of the season. They now have the return leg against Tottenham next Wednesday. 2 humongous games. City are still good. So it's only 1-0. They played badly, it's only 1-0. They didn't have the De Bruyne playing or Leroy Sané playing. And they know they can play a lot better, and they'll be playing at home. I'm sure that when City lock in, as in the Etihad, they can get that as they did against Liverpool. They locked in and they won that game. But Tottenham know that, because now this is what someone actually said to me. Oh my gosh, Tottenham should just go to the Etihad and park the bus. If Tottenham go to the Etihad and park the bus, they will lose guaranteed, and deservedly so. The only chance that Tottenham have of going through, they must go to Man City to beat them. Not to draw. They must go to Man City to beat them. And even if Harry Kane is fit, don't start Harry Kane. This is the lineup that you go with. And you go there, you play fast, you play quick, and you continually try and get that G. Continually try and get that G. Continually try. They cannot have the mindset of like, oh my gosh, but we'll say about them. Remember, as people say, attack is the best form of defense. I don't think they'll do it. But if you've got a guy called the Sun Rises in the East, who plays like this and has this mentality, because he has a mentality of, you know what, I'm the hero. And the beauty about it is that if the club and Pochettino says, no, Sun Rises in the East, you're the guy. And you tell him that. Look, this guy's from South Korea, man. I mean, I don't mean to be like rude. I know South Koreans. I know Japanese guys. I know these guys. These guys, they are heroes. They will be the hero. If you tell them, no, I want you to be the hero, they are fearless. So the Royal Sunrise in the East is like, am I the main guy? Let's do this. Let's do it, because trust me, he's ready to be the hero. He's ready to do it. But guys, whatever the case may be, we're going to have a blockbuster game. Because City, they're going to react. This time is far from over. And City are very capable of shifting 4 or 5 Gs. So Tottenham need a minimum of 2 Gs. Minimum, I didn't say a minimum of 2 Gs so that we can have a chance of riding. They need a minimum of 2 Gs in that second leg against City. But whatever the case may be, this was a beautiful game. Great Champions League watch. Yeah, man, it's just to end it, you see, Sunrise in the East. The reason why I like it is that that's a throwback. See, that goal that he scored is a throwback to the football I grew up with, where we had about 5 or 6, 7 heroes. It wasn't about, oh, let's just be a good team and, let's just pass the ball and then we'll be all right. If we pass the ball, pass. We just want passing is good, it's a team game and everything. Sometimes what excites me about a Del Piero, a Rivaldo, a Ronaldo, an Ariel Ortega, what's excited me a seed of about these guys that some of these guys as an individual say, no, I'm going to take it upon myself to win this game for my team. I'm not going to do 1, 2, 3 passes and just do the perfect team goal. Sometimes an individual says, no, what? Put the ball in the net. I like, there's like a chance that we say in Nigeria, like, inside the nets. Just put the ball in the net. Not everybody understands that very basic primal psychology, but the sun rises in the East, he understands that basic psychology. But guys, this time is far from over. So let's put the whole Fraudiola thing on ice, because trust me, City are going to react next Wednesday. Best believe that. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot patron page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.